Hey everybody. So, really excited about this. We're trying a new, I guess we're going to call this a series that we're going to be doing. I think we're going to do it once a week. I'm going to jump right into it. I don't want to make it take too long. We're calling it this segment Total Judgment. So, we're going to do this. Hopefully, you guys like it. I know this is a really long video, but I hope that you guys enjoy it. You're going to see what we came up with, what we decided to do. We want to do something different. Everybody knows that my channel's kind of all over the place, but this is something that we came up with. You're going to see who I'm doing this with in like 1 second, and let's get over to it now. Okay, so as you guys know, we're going to be doing some reviews of some shorts. Byron picked out 3, and I picked out 3, and we're going to get our reactions. So Byron, so we got the first one here that you sent over to me, and
Right.
I'm going to get it pulled up here on the screen, which I should have had that ready, I guess.
Hey, that's okay.
Hey, so you know what? It's the first time us doing this. Might as well, go in. So this is the first one we're doing is
It's gonna be your video or my video.
this is your video.
Okay, so you're gonna react to it.
Yeah, I'm going to be reacting to this one. And here we go. And you can see there, this is the world's longest name. So I'm going to go down and then I'm going to scroll back up so we can get this to play here and so that you guys can hear it. And then you'll see our reactions to each other's videos.
Meet Jamie, a girl from Texas who holds the world record for the world's longest name. Wait, how can this be? Jamie is a 5-letter name, so how is it the world's longest? Let me explain. When she was born in 1984, her parents wanted to give her a unique name and decided to focus on its length. They registered her name as Roshandia Telineshia Unnevashank Koya Ani Squatch Seoth Williams. But 3 weeks later, they amended it to be even longer, stretching over 1,000 characters. Jamie's middle name is also 38 words long. And while she goes by Jamie, her full name is a whopping 1,019 letters, and it's on screen right now. Her mother said she had to record the name on a tape and play it back to Jamie repeatedly so she could learn it. Despite the challenges, Jamie said she loves her unique name and the fame it brings her. And so meet Jamie, a girl from Texas who holds the world record for the world's...
All right, well, there you go.
Yeah, I got to get that off. There we go. Hey, I'm new to this, so we got to...
No, you got it.
We got to stop this here. But okay, so world's longest name. That is a mouthful. Literally, it's a mouthful. That's ridiculous.
So the question is, if you had a third child, or you're going to, would you name her with 1,020 characters so you could break the record?
Absolutely not. I'm one of those guys that I like the normal names. I mean, I know, well, Aiden became popular after we named Aiden. The name started getting more popular. But with Darcy, you don't really hear Darcy much. But I've always gone just for the more normal names. They're Irish names. That's why we did those names. But that's just wild just to do that.
1,019 characters.
1,019
named Jamie.
Why do you need 1,019 characters?
Because they can, I guess. It kind of reminds me of the one where the parents named their child hashtag. You remember that? It was a big deal.
I do remember that. I think we were just spinning there too. I think my internet connection got weird. I don't know though. I hope it didn't, but if it did, it did.
Just for a split second.
No, I'll never understand why people do that. I guess because they can. To each their own. I mean, she's never going to write that down. How do you remember it? How does anybody remember it?
I know, right?
I mean, can you imagine the person that had to input that on a birth certificate?
Oh yeah.
I would quit my job.
Well, just think about if you were to go somewhere and do something, and we're like, we want your full name.
Yeah.
I need 2 pages, please.
Yeah.
For forms.
You'd need more than that.
A passport. Can you imagine a passport?
passport, driver's license. You couldn't even do a driver's license.
It would just have like 3 dots at like after Jamie ...
Yeah. Or you'd have to get it changed to something else, or I don't know how that works,
Right.
That's just wild though. That's crazy. I
But
mean,
if her first name is that long, how about her middle name?
that's maybe she doesn't have one. I don't know.
It could be.
I'm worried for her.
I've met 2 people who haven't had middle names, so it could be.
I'm just worried for her. I think that her life is going to be really difficult because of that. I think, and this is, her parents are allowed to name their child whatever they want, but I think that they unnecessarily made her life more difficult.
I agree.
I think it's unnecessary to do that, but I'm sure people have done crazier stuff,
Right.
with names. Maybe not the length, but crazier stuff with names that people wouldn't want to be named,
Oh yeah. At least you do have one positive thing out of that. No one's gonna be stealing your name.
That's true. Identity theft.
Identity theft is a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's not a joke. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Absolutely, right. Dwight.
Right. I hope you guys got that reference too. If you didn't, we can't be friends.
Oh, just get in The Office more. You'll see it.
Oh yeah, you need to watch The Office. I have a feeling that when we do this, those are going to come up every once in a while. It's hard to not have Office references.
Especially when you worked in an office for so long, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
So that was our first video. That's what we thought of that. So here is mine. I'm going to share it up here on the screen. And this is survival bread. Okay. Now while we're talking here, I'm just going to say this guy, I absolutely love his shorts. All of his shorts are baking, and he makes stuff from the 1920s, 1930s. It's like all like really obscure stuff. He does stuff from the Great Depression, and it's like they're interesting and they're neat, but he taste tests everything too. But he is he's funny. So I'm going to get this one started here.
Survival bread from 1972. This bread is claimed to last upwards of 7 years, or roughly the amount of time it's taken me to get my bachelor's degree. We start with a cup of sugar, quarter cup of honey, the same of water. Then we bring to a boil with a pack of lemon jello. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that jello is inevitable. Oh, we love jello. Shut up. For the dry ingredients, we need 2.5 cups of powdered milk, 2 cups of oats. Oh, stop. How am I going to survive the apocalypse if I can't survive oats? Once whatever this is has boiled, you add it to the dry. Oh, shoot. Add a bit of water if we need to. Sweetie, this needs a lot of things, but water isn't one of them. Then we mold it into a brick. So sticky. 30 minutes, 350. Wow, this is an enigma. It is quite dry, but not in a bad way, like a biscotti. I would take this camping. Survive.
Okay, so there we go. Like I said, I really enjoy his videos. He's funny. He throws a little comedy in with it. It's a little different. I know Darcy. I've found Darcy watching his videos too. He's hard not to watch. So what did you think of that one? He does.
He makes it fun.
He does.
One thing that got me was the Jello. I've never heard Jello being added for a mix for bread.
There's so many, and I've sat there, and I'm not kidding, Byron. I've sat there for hours watching his shorts. Okay. And the stuff that goes into a lot of the stuff that he's making, it's so obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff, it blows my mind every single time. But most of the stuff, he's like, it's not bad, or it's really good. But he goes through it. He shows everything he's doing, and it's fun and it's different.
I'd be willing to try that. It looked pretty decent, but
right.
The part that gets me though is like the Jello. I guess that gives it the, what do you want to call it? The makeup. So then it's not like completely flat.
I mean, is that the replacement? It must be a replacement for something.
Yeah. That's kind of the active ingredient maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's,
Huh.
It is interesting though. And I mean, and that's the thing. He does everything from long time ago. So it's, I think everything's like pre 1950, but
Uh-huh.
he does a lot of like Great Depression stuff. So it's like when they didn't have, they couldn't get sugar or
Or a lot of
whatever.
different
Everything's,
ingredients.
yeah, the ingredients were rare or hard to find. It's different stuff, but he goes through all these recipes and makes it, throws in that comedy, and I
All right,
just thought it
guys,
was a
you
good
might
one.
be
Yeah,
seeing some pre-1950s baking going on.
you never know. You never know what Darcy could do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean that's but yeah, he just I just like the way he does it. I thought it was funny, and I kind of wanted to share that with you. Because it's you get a good laugh out of it too. It's nice
Oh
when you get a
yeah,
good laugh every once in a while.
yeah. I like him
And
throwing the oats over all of the kitchen. I feel like that's me whenever I'm cooking.
oh
You're not
yeah,
cooking right if you don't make a mess.
you have to have a mess.
But I always clean up the mess way after I'm done with everything.
That's why God gave us brooms, right?
That's right. Absolutely. You can
There,
broom up any like spills or anything you've got on the floor.
or you could use the broom and
Raw eggs.
sweep it up.
Yeah, you can sweep up the raw eggs on the
You don't
floor,
have to.
cookie
Yeah,
dough,
you
whatever.
don't have to just broom it up. You can sweep it.
Or in your circumstance, you got three dogs that are
Three
great
dogs.
brooms.
Yep, I just let them go to town, and they just suck those oats up right off the ground every single time. All right, so your next one here is Muhammad Ali and Sylvester Stallone on stage. So let's get this one pulled up here. And I got to do this thing here because they're shorts. I got to scroll down and scroll back up to get it to play. So from the beginning, because it's impossible to pull it up and then pause it. So I'm going to go down and then go back up.
I don't know about anyone else, but I really feel it's a privilege to be here tonight, and I'm going to try my best to. But I don't know about anyone else.
Okay. So that's really funny.
So
So
for
of-
those who can't see, what happened?
What's
And are just listening. For those who cannot see and are just listening.
so Muhammad Ali walked up behind Sylvester Stallone while he was on stage giving a speech, and it snuck up on him. That's funny.
It looked like it was like the Oscar or
It had
Academy
to have been
Awards or something like that.
Something like it was some award show. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So-
When you asked me, I forgot that we're going to try to get these on for an actual podcast. That we're going to do that, and some people might just be listening. So this is for the listening viewers out there too. If I ever do figure out how to get this onto an actual the audio onto a podcast, which we're going to be trying to do, right, Byron?
Yep.
That's what we said. So that's what we're going to give it a shot to try to do that. So thank you. I want to make a little shout out here. Thank you for bearing with us as we try to figure this out. So this is the first time, and we're giving it a shot, but it's going to be different every week too.
Yeah.
But that was a good pick, man. That was a good pick.
Can you imagine being Sylvester Stallone and after so many years of failing to be able to get Rocky like into a film and then getting it into a film, and then all of a sudden you're at the awards for your film, and one guy that you tried to portray inside your film walks up behind you as you're giving a speech to accept an award.
Oh, I would lose it.
Can
Absolutely.
you just imagine being in his shoes?
Oh, it would be wild. Just in general, just try to put yourself in anybody's shoes when they have somebody that they may have looked up to or appreciate their work, or somebody that admires your work. You know, I mean, that always gets me when somebody tells me that I did something good.
Absolutely.
You know, or it's somebody that I admire, you know, that's told me, hey, you did a good job on that, you know. And I mean, you know, because I talk to you a lot, that you know, I'm getting used to recording. Like, I'm still learning stuff. I'm learning all the time. We're constantly talking about how things work and the editing software. I'm using the same software you're using.
Right.
And it's like I'm learning new stuff every time I turn around, and I'm sitting there and I'm texting you or giving you a call. Dude, I don't know how to do this. How many times have you heard that come out of my mouth in the past month?
A couple times maybe, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you had a nickel for every time, you'd be up there Elon Musk status,
Hey, you bet.
right? But I'm not paying you, and that's all that matters, is that I
Right.
get free advice.
For now. No, I'm just kidding.
For now. All right. So let's see here. So we got another one here that I'm going to pull up, and this is the next one that I picked. And I thought this was funny, and this kind of goes along with what I was just talking about with videography, but without actually doing it and learning and going along, this is kind of what I imagined before I started doing, video recording stuff. So I'm going to get this up here and share it. Here we go.
Cut! Dude, that's crazy. I know. Okay, see it? Yeah, dude. It wasn't recording that whole time.
Okay. Now I think we can all, anybody that's done any recording can relate to it not recording. I think that's something. Have you ever had that happen, Byron?
Oh yeah. You're like, okay, I'm doing really great. Oh wait, this is bad. Okay, let me start over. Okay, let me start over. And then you start recording, and you're like, this is going great. This is the best thing ever. And you go to like edit. Where'd it go?
Not there. Man, I did it
Oh.
twice yesterday. Twice. I did it twice in a row.
Oh no.
Yeah. Didn't even hit the record button. I was sitting there and I was talking to the camera for like 5 minutes. And I get done, and then I go to upload it to go see what it sounds like, what it looks like. And then I'm like, no. I just wasted 10 minutes. And then like I had to plug everything into the computer and then downloads. Oh, it's a nightmare. But I thought that was really funny because that's exactly like, I think in some people's brains, like how it works.
Yeah.
But I think those guys did a great job. They just
laughter of familiarity right there. Laughter of familiarity.
It sure is. It sure is. But that's that was good that it kind of came together like that, though. That I was talking about videography, and then we came up on that one, and then you've got
right. And in that video for people that aren't watching and just listening, you have two people in there, and one guy that has a camera, and they're both running, and so the guy with the camera is trying to keep up with the guy running and keep him in sight, and they get to the very end of the filming, and then they're like, oh, that was the best filming ever, and they go to look, and he didn't press the record.
Yep. And they were running through houses, through everything. And I what I'm going to do is, when I get done with this, if you're listening to this and you're not watching it, if you're watching it, you can do this. But in the description of this video, I'm actually going to put the links to the shorts in the description so that you can go and you can see these yourself. And I don't know, did you hear that, Byron?
Uh-huh.
Could you hear Amanda yell upstairs? I don't know what freaked her out, but she
Probably
shrieked.
The dogs.
She shrieked. So if you guys heard that in the microphone, she's okay. I can't hear because I have the headset on. I heard the shriek, of course, but I'm not too worried. I'm guessing that she probably dropped something. That's my guess. But hey, it wouldn't be a first one if stuff wasn't getting a little slow and trying to figure things out. And so you gotta learn, right? The first one's always going to have its bumps.
Oh yeah, and you get the three dogs up there too, having fun. I'm sure
the three amigos. So I'm sure if food got dropped on the floor, one of them ate it. And one of them's mad at the other one that one of them ate it, and the other one's probably curled up in a ball somewhere. And I know who's doing what. So,
Right.
right. So, and then let's see here. So, we each have one left now. We each have
Okay.
one short left. So this is Byron's other video that he chose, and this is called Now You Know. And we're going to get this up here on the screen and share, and then boom.
Somebody called me a geek the other day. I'm not a geek. I am not a geek. I'm a nerd. And what's the difference, you ask? I actually have a Venn diagram to show you the difference. It takes three things to be a nerd. You have to be smart, socially awkward, and obsessed. Smart, socially awkward, and obsessed, and you are a nerd. Geeks, on the other hand, are really just smart and obsessed. They're Star Trek geeks, comic book geeks. You guys get dressed up. You go to conventions. No nerd goes to a convention unless I'm working IT support. Only reason I'm there. At the top here, if you're smart and socially awkward, you're a dork. And if you're socially awkward and obsessed, you're a stalker. That's how that works. I was a geek the other day. I'm not a geek. I'm not a geek.
That's great. That's good. I always wondered, and now I know. You know what? And I think everybody out there now we all know. We all know where we fit in to that diagram.
I think you're right there in the middle. You intersect all of it. Socially awkward,
Everything. Yeah.
stalker.
I'm not. See, I'm not. You know what? I wouldn't call myself socially awkward.
Okay.
I make situations awkward when I'm in social situations.
Okay. Well,
Is that being socially
awkward?
Is that being socially awkward, or is that making a situation awkward?
Well, it still ends up the same, right?
But I don't. All right, is it awkward, or do I make them uncomfortable?
Awkward
be
and
making 'em
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I think those are synonymous.
are they?
They certainly can be.
It doesn't have to be though.
Okay. All right. We got to stop this. Now, you got to tell me about this story of going to a big box store looking for a particular item.
Yes.
And yeah.
The toilet seat.
Yeah. You want to share that?
Yeah. Yeah. So
All
you already know the story, but the viewers and the listeners don't know. So I walked into Home Depot the other day. I needed a toilet seat. And I was feeling, I'm trying to think of the word. I was a little juiced up. I was feeling a little funny, a little goofy. And there was a police officer in the front of the store. And I walked up to him and I was like, man, I'm really lost. I can't find it. I'm like, do you know where the toilet seats are? And I kept my Maddie straight face, just looking at him. And he was just looking at me super confused. Like, why are you asking me? And I just turned around and walked away. I spent a couple minutes in the back of the store, looking at the toilet seats, trying to figure out which one I was going to buy. And I walked back up and he came up and shook my hand and he goes, thanks for making me laugh. He's like, I figured it out that you were joking after you left. But I was like, I don't know why I decided to do that. I was just really bored and I was kind of in a mood. And I think I wanted to see how he would react to it, but I confused him. So he was stumped. He didn't know what to say.
It was like socially awkward dad joke.
It really was. He was not prepared for that at all. But, he was like doing security in the store and he was just up by the self-checkouts. And I was sitting there. I was like, maybe I'll get a chuckle out of him. And it took a minute, but I did. I got a chuckle out of him. So it was all good. It was a good time.
I can just imagine him telling his buddies, I had the weirdest experience at the store the other day. Some guy was asking where the toilet seat was.
Yeah, there's this redneck that came up to me and just asking me where the toilet seats were, telling me he's lost. But I didn't know. I'm thinking toilet seats, right? I'm not thinking in the back of the store. I'm thinking like they're going to be up in the front by plumbing. But they're not. So just so everybody out there in YouTube land or listening in on whatever podcast thing that you may hear this on, they're in the back of the store
by the bathtubs and the showers and the
showers and all that stuff back there. And if you're cheap like me, you're going to want to look on the bottom shelf, and they're hidden on the bottom shelf. I'm not kidding. they had like these big things like that were like hanging down over it. And I'm like, what's this? And I flipped it up and there's like all these like $12 toilet seats, like all down at the bottom, but they had signs, like discount signs hanging over the $40 and $50 toilet seats up at the top. Cause I'm looking at it, I'm like, I've never once in my life needed a $50 toilet seat.
Right.
No, never. No. It's why do you need an easy closed toilet? Who's running in the bathroom and just slamming the toilet seat down? Who does that?
I don't know.
I mean, I get it. I get it opening. You got to go. You got to go.
That's right.
You know, you could throw it open, but you could do that with any toilet seat. It's the closing part. If you're closing a toilet seat, you should be relaxed.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think I at least when I get done, I'm at least relaxed. So
sure,
that's what it is.
Or maybe you want to close the toilet seat with dominance, saying that like everything was good.
But nobody needs a $50 toilet seat, in my opinion. That's my opinion. If you want a $50 toilet seat, get yourself a $50 toilet seat, but I don't need one.
Sure.
I've pooped on a bucket, so
good to know. All of our audience, you guys needed to know that.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's see here. So we got one video left. It's my last one. And this is a little, I went the funny route. I went funny with the first two. Everybody knows Maddie loves catfishing. And not like where you catfish people, but like I like actually going out and fishing for catfish. Not like the MTV show. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that. You remember that?
I've heard of it.
Have you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share this over. This is the Loch Ness catfish. Okay. And we're going to share this out here. Go down. Look at this. Cast it out. Yeah. That thing's huge. Anyways.
It's almost like an alligator. The thing is ginormous.
Yeah. Well, for people that don't know, that's overseas for sure. That's a Wells catfish.
Uh-huh.
And those things, I think they get up to like, I mean, it's like hundreds of pounds. Like they get huge. And I've seen videos, and I've heard that those catfish can actually like slide their bodies up onto land and like grab stuff and then slide back down. So kind of like you were saying with the alligators, that's like they'll go up. There's rumors, like stories, of course, of like small animals, like dogs, stuff like that, getting taken back into the water by those massive, massive catfish.
Yeah. So we just saw a video to where there's this massive catfish. What would you say that is? Probably 120 pounds.
That one's up there. That one's 120 plus.
Yeah, something like that. And the guy casted out a lure. It looked like a duck. I'm pretty sure it was like a little duckling.
It was. It looked like a duckling. And you might have been. I'm sure that they heard it. You could kind of hear it going across the water, but it was making like a bubbling. Is that what you call it? A bubbling noise?
Yeah, it was like the legs or whatever would wheel almost across it and
bloop, 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 bloop.
strip all the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And that, boom, just nailed that sucker.
That was a huge fish.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the monster fish that you go fishing for, right?
I wish that we had him that big. I mean, that's what the next time for the MidAmerica Meetup when I'm down in Oklahoma, I know the spot that we're going to be fishing is a heavy flathead catfishing spot, which I do have flatheads up around me, but it's a little bit of a drive. So I'm going to be trying to catch some flatheads while I'm there. But the one thing that I still haven't caught, and I said it to Jared and Jason when I went down to Shooting Ranch, was I wanted to catch a blue catfish. And we don't have them around me. I got to drive 2 hours to go get to one. And to be honest, it's not all that much fun to go drive 4 hours total to fish for 6. I would rather do it when I had some time to plan for it. So I
Right.
might actually be doing that soon, though. Be going fishing for it. My buddy Frank really wants to do it, so we're thinking about going and doing some colder weather catfishing. But blues can get pretty big, so they're like they can get up to. I think the record was 140, 142, 143,
Wow.
143 pounds on the blues.
Wow.
So yeah. So
That's
that
nuts.
it would be neat to catch a blue. But up here we have a lot of channels and flatheads. I know I've told you, so we're going to try to get you on some big catfish
That'd be
at
great.
the MidAmerica Meetup too. Should be a good time.
Yeah. I heard that like the weather's going to be crazy up there next couple of days. Is there going to be like freezing rain in your area?
Yeah, so we got freezing rain coming in. I think on Friday, but it said it's just supposed to be a trace, and we're supposed to be like in the 40s, and then it's supposed to drop down to the 30s. But then Saturday, I think I saw 56 degrees. So that ice it's not gonna last. So it's probably gonna be a short-lived thing. This has been a mild year. I can't complain. It's been super mild.
Sure.
We've had one. It was the Friday before Christmas. That was the only time that we had bad weather. That was it. So, and I had the day off of work, and the kids were off of school for Christmas break. So it didn't even affect us.
Wow, that's great.
That's
nice winter season.
And the wind was blowing so bad I didn't have to shovel anything. So it was just, I got lucky. All the snow
that's a
blew
plus.
up. It was a big plus.
We know your favorite thing is shoveling snow every winter.
Gosh. Yeah. I could go without ever having to shovel snow again, and I would not care. I would not care at all.
For sure.
It's my least favorite activity.
Yeah, I never have to deal with that here in Texas. So,
well, I shouldn't even say that. I think that and driving through Cleveland, those are two of my least favorite activities.
Okay, we'll put that in the bucket list.
But yeah, get it on there. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of Cleveland. I don't know how I picked this. I chose this, Byron. I chose. Nobody did this to me.
Oh, you chose this life. The life chose you.
I found a house that was affordable, and I said, I'm going to do that. It's an investment. And it is. That's true.
Right.
It's an investment. I'll be able to make money on it for sure. So it is what it is.
Right.
What do you guys got going on down there in Texas, though? What you got going down there in the Texas? I heard that you're the complete opposite.
Yeah, like today, actually yesterday, it was like I think the low 60s maybe. It was barely peaking up the low 60s yesterday, and today it got up to 87 degrees. 87 degrees, and we're just barely finishing up the month of February. So pretty nuts. That's a huge swing. I mean, high 50s all the way going up to high 80s. That's nuts.
Oh, for sure. That's what I absolutely love the heat. That's I just love the heat. Everybody's always like, you're not going to like the heat when you go down to the South. You're not going to like it. No, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
At least it's predictable sometimes.
Even when it is like, okay, I mean, I've never complained about heat, but it's like, if you're going to be in that, there's things you can do that are easier to counteract heat than there is to counteract cold and snow.
Right. It's true.
Like, sure, you can stay in your house, but if you have to go out, which inevitably I have to get to work or go to the grocery store or whatever I have to do, it stinks. It just stinks. But you got hot weather. Okay. And some people, they don't have air conditioning, whatever. Most people have fans, something like that. There's ways that you can cool yourself down. You can go to the pool, go to the beach, get in the water. I mean, the sand sometimes gets hot, but there's things that you can do that are easy. You can get in your car and put on the air conditioning and drive to the store and walk around the store and do your shopping and still get home and not be frozen. You know what I mean? Or overly hot, either way. But yeah, I've always preferred the heat. the heat over the cold.
Absolutely.
But we get like that up here though too. We've talked about that. You know, we get into the 90s and it happens.
Yep. Yeah, it's just still weird though to have that big of a temperature swing in the middle of winter though.
Oh, it is.
We're in the 40s and all of a sudden going up in the 80s. It's just crazy.
Well, you know, and I can't remember what year it was. It was a couple years ago. But I mean, even in Ohio, we were in the 80s in December. It was like right before Christmas. I went out I'll never forget. It was Christmas Eve, and I went out fishing in a t-shirt at night on Christmas Eve. I went down to the lake and was fishing. It was wild. So, but Ohio also has the most bipolar, unpredictable weather all the time. It's constant. It's constantly unpredictable.
Yeah, moisture level is a little bit different there too, with the weather being next to the lakes, the Great Lakes.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm like I've said before, we've talked about it. You know how close I am to the lake. You know, affects a lot of it too, because sometimes the lake saves me. You know, the wind will be coming off the lake, and there will be rain coming up from the south, and it will miss me. You know, get lucky and it goes around. But other times we get the bad that comes off the lake too.
Yeah. How's your dogs doing?
The dogs are good.
You got one puppy, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, he's getting a lot bigger now. So
what's his name again?
Atlas. Yeah. For you guys that don't know or might be new, Atlas is my new puppy who is Belgian Malinois mixed with Rottweiler. His parents were both purebreds. So we're thinking he's going to be a pretty big boy, and he's growing ridiculously fast. I don't remember either. I have two pit bulls that are both 5 years old. They're a month apart in age. And I don't remember either of them growing like he is. I mean, it's just he's fast and he's getting big.
How old is Atlas now?
Atlas is, well, he was 9 weeks in January, at the beginning of January. So 3.5 months old, right? Something like that. 3.5.
And how much does he weigh now, approximately?
Just under 30.
Just under 30. Man, he's getting big.
Yeah, well, he was just like 2 weeks ago. I think we weighed him and he was like 18 or something. But he looks really skinny. That's what's weird. Like he's got like the Belgian Malinois, like everything about him looks like it. But there's certain things with like his paws that I'm noticing and like parts of his body where he's like bulking up like a Rottweiler. So, but he's a complete sweetheart. He's just a good boy. But I have no doubt in my mind that if he had to take care of business, he could take care of business.
Oh, I'm sure he does every time you feed him.
Oh, yeah. He's still laying. He puts his paws out around the dish like this and just sits there like this, just eating out of the bowl. He lays down and eats.
That's funny.
Yeah. He was doing it. He wanted water earlier. So he dragged the water bowl into the middle of the kitchen and just laid on the side of it with his face in the bowl to let me know that he wanted some more water. So, which we've been giving him plenty of water. He just overly drinks water. And then he's got to go to the bathroom every 5 seconds.
Of course.
He just won't stop. I'm sitting there like, you know, and then I got 2 other dogs that are trying to get in on his water. So they're all sitting there. They all 3 of them got their nose in there, and then all 3 of them got to go to the bathroom. And it's just
a party.
Constantly letting them out. It's nonstop.
That's funny. Oh. Do you ever have it to where, what? Go ahead.
Go on. Yeah, ask your question because I was going to go on to another subject. I had a question to ask you. So.
Oh, you're good. I was going to say, have you ever had the moment to where you've got like a hamburger or hot dog and you're going to put ketchup or mustard, whatever you're going to put on there, and you go to put it on there and all of a sudden all the water just comes out and goes everywhere? Well, I had that happen to me today when I had my hamburger and I got mustard out of the refrigerator. Haven't used it in a while, so it had been good, well, and settled for quite some time. I went to, squirt the mustard, and all came out was just splatter of water. It went all over the table and onto my chair.
I thought you were talking about like hot dog water, not the ketchup water.
Yeah,
you're talking
like
about
ketchup or mustard.
The ketchup water. Oh yeah,
I've
I've had that happen. I'll never forget, it's a Ketchup story, but my buddy, we were signing up for Little League Baseball. And me and my buddy Brian, after we signed up, we went into the sign up with our parents. You know, we had to take in our physicals, and we signed up, and they told us what team we were going to be on. I was on the Colorado Rockies. That was a team I was on.
Nice.
I wanted to be on the Indians. I'm a Cleveland boy. I wanted to be on the Indians, but I got on the Colorado Rockies. And anyways, we're in McDonald's. Our moms take us to McDonald's afterwards. We're sitting there, and our parents go up to go get the food. And we're sitting there, and we got like all the condiments in front of us. Well, there's a package of ketchup, and my buddy is sitting there, and I think we were 10 at the time, and he goes like this down on the ketchup, and it just shot all over. There were like these glass partition walls, and it was just ketchup all over this glass partition wall. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
we had to clean that up.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. It's old memories. The good old days when you didn't have to worry about anything
Except for cleaning up ketchup.
except for
everywhere.
cleaning up ketchup in a McDonald's.
Call that a ketchup nuclear bomb.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty much what it was. Oh, he hit it just right too. I mean, it was a mess. It was all over everything.
Oh man.
He was always making a mess though. My buddy Brian was. If he watches this, he's going to be like, "Yep,
Yep, that was the fun
Yep.
part.
yeah, yeah, man, yeah." That was that. But what I was going to ask you was, today was Fat Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah, it's the beginning of Lent.
Oh,
You giving up anything for Lent?
that's a great question. I didn't even realize that's what it was, but I've kind of got. I already have like a plan down. I'm gonna
Okay.
try constraining my diet so to where
Okay.
it's mostly meat and
Okay.
little to no vegetables. We'll see.
Oh, so you're giving up vegetables for Lent?
No, more of like what do they want to call it? Like a carnivore diet almost.
Okay.
So
I've
I'm
heard
gonna
that can
try
be. I've heard that can be really rough though too.
Yep, we'll see.
So I heard it can really mess with you. So if you don't make it, it's okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
if I get to eat lots of steak, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Who would not be okay with that?
Right.
I mean, I eat a ton of meat. I mean, that's a lot of my diet. Same with the kids. They eat a ton of meat. We're meat eaters. That's what we do.
Gotta
But
do it.
I do like my vegetables though.
How about you for Lent?
Oh, energy drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, the Monsters, they have all those sugar-free ones. And people don't see me because I don't drink them a whole lot, like on any of my videos or lives, but I do probably drink too many of those,
Yeah.
which I've been wanting to stop drinking anyways. So I'm just cutting them out. And that's what I'm going with. Darcy picked ranch dressing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I'll cut out anything carbonated completely. I'll do
anything
that
carbonated.
too.
See,
With you, and you and I can keep each other accountable.
I
on that one.
I can't stay with not having the carbonation. It's just like I love my pop, man. I'm not strong enough. I'm a weak man when it comes to Diet Coke.
For me, it's simple. Only time I ever have it is usually when I'm out with friends. I never buy
Okay.
anything for the home.
Okay. So I don't buy it for the home. I know I'm drinking this at home right now,
Uh-huh.
but I don't go out and buy like 2 liters or 12 packs.
Sure.
If I stop at a gas station, I'll pick up one of these and I'll have it at home. But I don't like the kids don't drink pop.
Right. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like for the most part, like at home, like if I'm not buying, like if I don't stop at a store, at home we're drinking tea. We're a big tea family. Tons of tea.
Right.
You know, I mean, Darcy and I don't do the sweet tea because we can't because of the diabetes. But we'll do an iced tea, you know, just a normal iced tea, just no sugar in it. And Walmart has like a tea mix, almost like they do with like the fruit punch, but it's sugar free, and they taste really good. There's a pomegranate one that I really like, a pomegranate tea.
That sounds great.
Yeah, oh, it really is. Yeah, and you just add water to it, mix it up, put it in the pitcher, and it's good. I've had people that have tasted it and they're like, "Man, that's amazing." So yeah, it's like, that you get like 6 pitchers out of it, and it's like $2.
That's not bad.
No,
It's pretty
not at
cost
all.
effective.
Well, especially when you go and you buy one of these, and I think they're $1.25. You know
Sure.
what I mean? And that you can get a whole pitcher for, you break that down to six, that's like 30 cents a pitcher to make it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, you can't beat it. Can't beat it at all. Yeah. So what else do you have going on right now, Byron? Anything that you're excited about coming up?
Ooh, I'm excited for the MidAmerica Meetup for sure. That'll be fun. Just getting to see you and see everybody else there. It's gonna be a big deal. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I know the people that have said that they're going, and the people that have told me that they're going, but there's always people that you don't know who are going to show up. And that's
true.
always exciting too. It's always exciting. And I'm hoping to meet some new people that I haven't gotten to meet in the past. I have not been disappointed yet. Everybody I've met so far has been amazing. So over the past year. Now, is there anybody, here's a good question for you. Is there anybody related? And for people that might be tuning in that don't know, the MidAmerica YouTube Meetup it's a gathering for YouTubers and subscribers to come and hang out over a weekend. It's in Oklahoma. And that's where we met, was at Shooting Fest last year, which was a meetup put on by the Crockers. And we met there. We became friends after that. We talk all the time now. Same thing with Outdoor Adventures with Carrie too. That's where I met her. Met two of my best friends at YouTube meetups. But it's a fun place where people get together, and it's really laid back. Really laid back. But with that being said, is there anybody that you wish you could meet?
Anybody I wish I could meet?
Yeah, YouTube wise.
YouTube wise?
Yeah.
There's this one character. I've seen him on many videos. His name's Buck, and hopefully I'll get to meet him there. We'll see.
Okay. I know Buck was talking about wanting to meet somebody named Cowboy Jack.
Oh, okay.
So
really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I know.
Hopefully I'll get some autographs that way too when I go.
Yeah, and I know Buck's real excited about, because he knows Barb's going to be there.
Oh,
yeah,
Barb Moss.
from
Really?
Buck and Barb After Dark. So, yeah, which they haven't been putting out anything lately, and I gotta have to talk to Buck about that, because they got to get something put out there.
Well, hopefully Buck will show up. I bet they're going to make hot dogs out there at that meetup.
No, I know Buck's coming for sure. I don't know if did you see Buck was in our video yesterday. Me and Buck did a video.
Oh, that's
yesterday.
right. I did see that.
We put it out, and and he was talking all sorts of trash about Outdoor Adventures with Carrie, and he didn't have a shirt on again, because shirts are for work, is what he
just
keeps
doesn't
saying.
want to lose again at fishing against Carrie. That's all.
I don't know. I mean, he's a confusing man.
For sure.
Confusing.
Very confusing.
Times 2.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So, but that's it though. Just Buck. That's all you want to meet.
Probably just Buck. That's
Just
probably
Buck.
about it.
Yeah, I can't. Let's see. I think Grilling Adventures with Nick.
Yeah.
I haven't met him. I'm excited to meet him.
Absolutely, especially if he'll make me a steak. Yeah, I want to meet him too.
I know. Have you seen some of that stuff he grills up?
Oh yeah.
Shoot, man, my mouth's watering now thinking about it.
I know
Makes
for
some good
sure.
looking meat. But yeah, no, there's some people that I'm excited that subscribers too. I love meeting subscribers, people that subscribe to my channel and watch. I absolutely love meeting my subscribers. It's so much fun.
Yeah, for me that'll be kind of new if I meet any, but I mean, just meeting people that that support you and you haven't
Oh
met
yeah.
before.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that's the cool thing. You're like, I know there's people out there that might or do support me, but I haven't met them. So that will be a different experience.
Yeah, because you didn't have a channel
Right.
when at the last at Shooting Fest, you didn't have a channel then, right? So
Well, I did with one video, and that was all I
with
had
one
on
video.
there.
Okay. But you've been growing, and you've
Yeah.
been getting up there, getting more. We want to see more.
Absolutely.
I'll say that
Me
we do
too.
want to see more. And for people that are listening, I don't know when this is going to be out for the people that are listening, but Byron's channel is 12, the number 12, Stones Ranch. And of course, I'm sure that you guys know it's Maddie with Backwoods Mindset. And this is something that we're going to be trying to do here and there just to see how it goes. It's just going to be us chatting. I do something similar a little bit, but it's different. This is going to be a different kind of setting because we're going to get into some topics. Like we're going to have times we wanted to do something to try it out, to test the waters, to see how it goes. So we decided to do some videos, but we're going to be getting into topics eventually. We spoke about that a little bit. Could be political. We could be talking about aliens, right? UFOs.
Yep. The topics will be out of this world sometimes.
It's there you go. And you'll always have Byron's dad jokes coming around the corner every single time.
You got it.
He's always there for me with the quick little dad jokes. He always gets those done. So yeah, so it's going to be a good time. This is what we've been talking about it for a couple weeks. Would you say a week or two? Maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks or so.
Couple weeks. I didn't want to lie. You know, it always feels like longer. And then you start thinking about it, you're like, maybe it wasn't a couple weeks ago.
But the big purpose, I think, like if you had talked about it before and we kind of talked through it, was to have a conversation and have like interaction with people who are listening or watching was the big thing, and just talk through things.
Well, and that's something that I think is very important to both of us, is having the conversation with our subscribers. Like they're important to us, and that's why I've made it a point to try to respond to all my comments. And I've apologized a million times because I did fall behind there for a while. I got real swamped with stuff, and just life hit me out of nowhere like a semi, and I got backed up. But I've been back on trying to keep caught up with that so I can respond to everybody, because I genuinely like hearing from people. I like hearing different points of views and getting to talk to people and different people and learning. I mean, that's what life's all about, is learning a good lesson. Sometimes you have to have some humility.
That's right.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just something you got to do. And
you
learn
humility, you're not going to be learning much.
That's correct. And you got to do, the older you get, the more you learn that.
Yep.
The more you learn it. Well, is there anything that you want to add here on to the end of this?
No, just thanks for having me on here and having a great conversation. It's been fun.
I'm super excited, and I'm really excited to keep doing this here and there. We haven't really decided how often we're going to be doing this, but you will know when we do it. We're just kind of testing it out. We're going to see how things go, see how well it works. He's in Texas. I'm in Ohio. I think we should probably record some when I'm down in Oklahoma. Should probably try to do some where we're in the same room together.
That'd be fun.
We could do that, and maybe we could have some guests too, because we'll be there at a YouTube meetup. So who knows who we could have on?
That's true.
We could have famous people on. Famous people. You never know. But once again, thank you everybody for watching or listening. This might be a couple of weeks before I figure out how to get it done. I'm going to try to do it as quick as I can. I'll probably spend some time this weekend doing it. So it's going to be a minute before we do that, but we're going to get it done. So we're going to get it out there, and you're going to be able to listen, and you can watch. Right now, we're going to be putting these on my channel, Backwoods Mindset. So if you want to watch it, you want to see, you can. And the links for those shorts that we watched are going to be down here in the description. So you guys can go watch those too. So if you did listen, you can see them afterwards and know exactly what we're looking at. So everybody, thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. We love you. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.